Talmud Torah. And then we'll start our new sugya, and then we'll keep going. So we are in Paragimel on Hilchos Talmud Torah. We spoke about the 3 crowns that every Jew has, and the focus of Torah. And the last halacha I think we did was, it's a commitment. And if somebody wants to be muhtar, Keser Torah, wear the crown, that he can't focus on other things. And other things have to be arai. And the Torah has to be kev in our lives. And even though you don't have to finish, so halacha ches. Halacha ches. Parakim halacha ches. Asav b'Torah lo b'shamayim hi. Lo mever layam hi. It says in the Torah, at the end of the Torah, it's not in heaven and it's not on the other side of the sea. But there's a major machlokas, Rashi and the Ramban. What is that referring to? What's not in the heavens and not in the sea? The Ramban says it's talking about tshuva. Tshuva is not so hard. It's not so far away. It's not up here. It's not over the sea. But Rashi, based on the Gemara in Eruvin, says, no, it's talking about Talmud Torah. And that's what the Rambam says here, based on the Gemara. Lo b'shamayim lo b'gasei haruach mitzuya. What does that mean? Torah is not going to be found in the haughty. True Torah. But what do you mean? You could have a very arrogant Talmud Chacham, can't you? Right? Doesn't that work? You could have a very arrogant Talmud Chacham. What does it mean? Lo b'shamayim hi, lo b'gasei haruach. It means true Torah, being one of the Bali HaMasorah. It can't be. Somebody who is so self-centered, he can't be a transmitter. And if the whole generation is like that, without proper midos, that's what some say, that was the problem with the Talmidim of Rabbi Akiva. What do you do? That's chayiv misa. If you're the whole generation and you're the Bali HaMasorah, so then that's Hashem has to change it. Lo me'ever layamhi. Lo b'mahalchei me'ever layamhi. What does that mean? If I'm so involved in other things like my businesses and my parnasa, that's my whole life, then I'm also not going to be able to be committed to Talmud Torah. Not everyone who is marbe in schora becomes wise. Like the Rambam said earlier, if you remember. The Rambam says if you have to go to work, okay, you can only learn 9 hours a day. So you should learn 3 hours Torah and 3 hours Gemara. That was the Rambam's balabas, learning 9 hours a day. Okay, so we have to apply that. Whatever we do, though, we have to have, whatever we do in life, most of us are not going to be involved in Torah, as a profession, but it has to be kfiyas in our life. Divrei Torah nimshlu l'mayim, as the Rambam says also in Alachates. Torah is compared to water. Shneimar ha'ikol tzamei l'chul l'mayim. Lo melacha ma'mayim ein miskantin alaka madron ela nozel nizchalin me'elav u'mivkabtid b'makam ashborin. Like he says before, just like water, it doesn't stay up. If it's on a slope, it goes down. Ach divrei Torah ein nimtzoin b'gasei haruach lo believe kol gvalev. It's not in the haughty. Ela b'daka u'shval ruach. Lowly. Shemisavak ba'afar raglei chachamim. Go in the dust of the legs, the feet of the rabbis. What does that mean? It doesn't mean literally. It can mean literally, because it means like the rabbi that came in from the road, dust on his feet. But it can mean figuratively. I lower myself and recognize that there are people that know more than me. I recognize that there's something called the Rabbi. And a Talmud Chacham is always a Talmud Chacham. We have to be misavik b'afar ragleim. Umeisir hatavos v'tanugi azman milibo. Remove all focuses on gashmias from my heart. Doesn't mean that I can't have a good meal. The Gemara says that Rabbi and Antonidis always, both of them had, the best foods in their house. It just means that's not the goal of my life. That's not a taiva. You work to make a living. The rest of the time, whatever your free time is, We're going to talk about it maybe in the Parsha, but I'll just mention it now as we finish. This was Korach's problem. Korach knew a ton of Torah. Those who are in Eretz Yisrael, this week's Parsha. Korach knew a ton of Torah, but he did not have the midos. Didn't have the Yirat Shamayim. Right, he was missing. Right, the Gemara says that he was his eye tricked him. What that means, he saw he was going to have a descendant, Shmuel Hanavi. I'm going to be safe for him. But it could also mean that his eye, he didn't have a proper perspective on his powers, on his talents, and therefore that was what led him to his downfall. Okay. That's Talmud Torah. We'll get into the next Rambam Hashem tomorrow. Perek Gimel Halacha Yud. We could have a whole shir on, but probably just going to run through it. It's about taking money for teaching Torah, but we will continue. Okay, let us get into the next topic that we'll have. Topic number 10. We're keeping track here in Perek Yeish Nochlin as we continue our learning, and I hope the Bekias wise, guys are covering some ground. I haven't even spoken to you guys about that. Those who don't go Basra, those who might be doing something else. But we continue now with Basra, another important topic in the Sugya. Kuf Chav Vav Amabes. Kuf Chav Amabes. I'm sorry, I added a couple more sources about a half an hour ago. You probably didn't get to see them, but we will learn them together. They already got pens and notebooks ready. I think I've told you the Marsha. The Marsha in Basra Daf Yud says our notebooks come with us to Olam Haba. All the notes that we take, it comes with us to Olam Haba. Why? Because it says there, Ashrei Misha Balakan v'Talmudo biyado. Praise is the one that comes here with his Talmud in his hands. Right? That's the Gemara. That's what the line comes up in Basra. It's also in Ksubis. And remember that Gemara? That was Rabbi Chanina bar Papa, I think. Malach HaMavis came to him and says, "No, it's time." He says, "Give me a month. I want a chazer. I want a review." And the Gemara says, because Ashrei Misha Balakan v'Talmudo biyado. That's what Marsha says. That's why it's not only good to take notes for Olam Hazeh, it's good to take notes for Olam Haba, right? For both worlds. Okay. Anyway, here we go. So the Gemara says, on Kuf Chav Vav Amabes, right in the middle, Amar of Yosef, our new topic, our new idea. Again, right? What we try to do is to do major topics that come up in the parak, and some chas topics we've discussed. We've had a chance to discuss Ninator V'Tzchat Shalacha, Zera Shava, a couple of the interesting topics lately. But here we go. Obviously, Matzah Mashkas about Torah, what we just did, Tnai B'Mitzvahs, these are important topics. Amar Yosef, Amar Ish Ploni B'ni B'chori. Man comes and says, "This is my firstborn." Ish Ploni B'ni B'chori. Nota Pishnayim. So, he is believed that his son will take a double portion. Man says, "This is my B'chor, Pishnayim." Ish Ploni B'chor, who? But if the man says, he is a B'chor, not my B'chor, he don't know what Pishnayim. He doesn't take Pishnayim. Why? Because what does a B'chor mean? Dilma B'chor de Ima Kamar. Maybe a B'chor is a B'chor for the mother, but not for me, not for the father. He's not clear. Because he's not clear, if he's only a B'chor for the mother, then he doesn't take Pishnayim. Pishnayim is only a paternal B'chor and not a maternal B'chor. So that's the Gemara. Skip for a moment, right? Skip for a moment to a daf for the page. Kuf Chav Zayin Amabes. Kuf Chav Zayin Amabes teaches us that this ne'emanus of the father, to say that his son is a B'chor, is based on a pasuk. Based on a special limud on the fourth line, Kuf Chav Zayin Amabes. We'll get to the machlokas, but what's Rabbi Yehuda Shita? Yakir Yakirenu la'achirim. Yakir, he should recognize and know his son's status. He shall say it to others. A person, based on the pasuk Yakir, based on the word Yakir, is believed to say, "This is my firstborn son. This is my firstborn son." That is Rabbi Yehuda's opinion. The context of the Gemara. Well, let's just mention this now. Because we're here. Rabbi Yehuda's shita in context is that a father is believed to say, "This is the B'chor," even if, finish my line, even if
there's a chazaka against that.
There's a chazaka that someone else is the B'chor. A man comes and says, "This boy, Gad, is my B'chor." We've always assumed that Dan was his B'chor. That's Rabbi Yehuda's shita. He's believed even against chazaka. Even against a chazaka, that a different boy is the B'chor. And the Rabbanan argue on that. The Rabbanan say, no, he's only believed if there's no chazaka for anybody else. Right? That's how the Gemara continues. Let's just do this because we're here. According to Rabbi Yehuda, I understand it says Yakir to teach me, even if there's another son that's muhsak, that he's the Bechor. So we trust the father. El Rabbanan Yakir Lamali. According to the Rabbanan, he's not believed if we're muhsak. Answers the Gemara, but Sarach Hakira. No, what if we don't know anybody? We have 5 boys here, we don't know who the Bechor is. Right? So they're all about the same height. So B'sarach Hakira, that's what the Rabbanan say. Rabbanan say, in a case where we don't know any chazaka, and he's believed. So question 1 we might ask just by way of introduction is, what is the Nekudas HaMachlokas between Rabbi Yehuda and the Chachamim? Okay, it's based on a pasuk, but it's a machlokas. How do you interpret the pasuk? It's a fundamental machlokas. Could the father say somebody is a Bechor, even if we have a chazaka that someone else is a Bechor? Rabbi Yehuda says yes. The Rabbanan say no. How far apart are those shitos? Whenever you have a machlokas, you could ask, is it a little machlokas or is it a fundamental machlokas about something? That's question 1. Let's talk though a little bit. Let's go back to Kuf Chacham Beis, previous daf. And yeah, so we have this halacha. Father is believed. Let's say according to the Rabbanan. According to the Rabbanan, there's no chazaka. We have 5 boys here. The father's believed to say who's the Bechor. Is that a chiddush? Is that a chiddush to say that we will believe the father? A family comes and the father says, yeah, this is my firstborn son. Is that a chiddush? Meaning, the pasuk teaches me that we believe him. Do we really need the pasuk? What would you say? Right, we have a concept, as we know, there's a cheskas kashrus for every person. We assume that people are telling the truth. That's part of every Jew has a cheskas kashrus. So we might ask, what do you need a pasuk for? There's a special limud, yakir, teaches me that the father's believed. So why do we need a pasuk for that? Right? Doesn't he have a cheskas kashrus? So what's the answer? What's the simple answer that you would say, Dov?
That it's an edus. We need 2 people or knowledge, and just because someone says something doesn't mean that we'll
For
accept
what?
the
Well,
halacha.
let me ask you. We eat Eidach Bisurin.
This is at least partially mammon, though.
Oh,
So,
okay. So step 1, is this a chiddush or is this not a chiddush? Well, doesn't everybody have a cheskas kashrus? So Dov tells us no. Even though we hold Eidach Bisurin, isn't this a little mominous? And we know the rule is can't be motzi mammon without 2 eidim. Right? We're being motzi mammon. That's also a good question. I'm going to give you Makoris on that, but maybe we'll talk about that also. Is this being motzi mammon? Who has the money right now? Father has the money. Father didn't die yet. So father is deciding now to who to divvy up his money to when he dies. And it's kind of like a migu, right? He could give it to the other son right now, but he's not. The Torah says that he's believed that this is the Bechor. So interesting. It's not 100% clear that we would call this motzi mamon biyad chavero. He has all the money right now. Oh, that was the first sugya we discussed. Does the Yeish have any connection before the father dies? So it might be considered motzi mamon because then it's going to go, to the pot. We didn't discuss yet. I hope we get to that over the next couple of weeks. I'll just leave it as a question. I remember that from my Rabbi, when I was in Cheer, in Rav Rosenzweig, sometimes little things would come up, and even if we would ever do it in Cheer, I would want to just hear like what he has to say about every sugya. Like, what's the issue? What's the topic? What's the chakira in every topic? So lahavdil. I remember it's like, even if you would say something derech agav, I would say, okay, just say the sentence. Say the sentence. I know what to think about when you get to that sugya. So even sugya, if you think about it, after a father dies, the estate. How do we look at the estate? It's called in Hebrew tfusas habayis. Who owns that? Who owns that? We discussed this a little bit in the first sugya. What are the choices? Who owns Tfusas Habayis? And this obviously relates to, is this called Motzi Mammon or not? Bill, what do you say? Who do we got? Levi. Levi, what would you say? Tfusas Habayis. Who owns that?
That it goes straight to the children.
Meaning, even before they split it up, you are suggesting that it belongs to the one who is going to own it.
Yeah,
Even before they split it up, the guy has $100,000. They didn't split it up yet. Let's say he has $100,000 in cows. He has $100,000 in cows. They didn't split it up yet. So you're suggesting, which is a good possibility, it really belongs to the children already before they got it, which gets into issues of brera, which is not our sugya now, which brera means, do you see the roots of a future splitting up in the past? Okay, that's one possibility. It belongs to all the children already before it's even split up. What's another possibility? Yeah, Yaakov?
Seemingly, you would say that the father still has it because only until he says "Me'ayom la'achar misa," that's when it's a suffix whether or not he's allowed to sell it. But until then, he's allowed to sell it, and there are no repercussions.
Yaakov, are you suggesting that even after the father dies, it's still called somewhat, not in his bilus, he's dead, but let's say the father's estate somehow more connected to the father still than the children? That's another possibility. And a big nafkamina there would be like, is it motzi mammon? Let me ask you this question. We're going to touch on this question. Is it just the father, or can other people, or other people could believe to say that he is the Bechor? So we're going to see in the next line, in Kuf Chavav, that it's even other people might be believed. Is there a difference if other people say it before the father dies or after the father dies? Meaning, after the father dies, is that more motzi from the brothers than before the father dies? Depends how you look at Tfusas Habayis. How do you look at the estate? And is it either it's already been split up already? That's what Levi said. Is it still kashur to the father? Right. It's another possibility. Anybody think of another possibility? Still kashur to the father. It's as if it's all split up already. There's a third possibility, you might say. Let me ask you this question, a similar case. How do you look at shutfus? If I have a partnership with you, how do we look at that to try to relate that to Tfusas Habayis? Yeah, Avram.
Do both partners own 50% of everything or 100% of half of the property? So do the brothers collectively own everything, or like Levi said it, do they each 100% own what they're going to get?
Exactly. So the first one thing that you said is another possibility. All the brothers own everything. All the brothers own everything jointly. Not like Levi said that everybody owns their portion. You just don't know what their portion is yet. And not like Jacob said, it's connected to the father. Maybe everybody owns everything. Again, this could have a ramification. This could have a discussion. Is it being motzi from the other brothers when I say this is the Bechor? And again, and one step before that is, what about the father saying it before he dies? The Dov said, this is dinim ominous. So that's the chiddush. That's the chiddush. Because dinim ominous, you need two. It comes along the Torah and says, no, you could even have one. Maybe it's not so clear that even in this case of ominous, you would need two. Yeah, Yaakov.
Why do we have to say that they're like shutfin or whatever it is? The father owns it, and that's why he's able to do whatever he wants. He doesn't need his sons to agree. And then after he dies, it goes to the sons. We don't need it to.
I'm saying so, right? So according to what you're asking, then you might say like, what do you need the pasuk for? The pasuk must be telling us something, right? You might say the father has a migu. The father could give it to anybody right now, but he's not giving it. He's just declaring his son the Bechor. Right? So Whatever it is, you have to say what the pasuk is teaching us. It could be that even if it's mominous, it might not be mominous that you need two witnesses for. And then we'd be back to the question of what do you need the pasuk for? Yeah, Levi. If you have a Gemara Yavamis, take out a Gemara Yavamis. Yeah.
Could we say that the Chiddush is not because of Eid Echad or Mamnas, but it's more because of Nogea B'Davar, and that he could decide if he has a favorite child or something, and since he could decide which one is his favorite child, that's why that's the Chiddush.
Okay, interesting. Interesting. Paro. Right. So it could be that the Chiddush is that even if an Eid Echad is visually believed, if he's Nogea B'Davar, maybe he wouldn't be believed. Right. Maybe that's the Chiddush. Very nice. Right. I think some of the Rishonim mentioned that fact.
Rabbi, why is it a Chiddush that one would be believed if he's a Shchiv Mirah?
This isn't a Shchiv Mirah.
Didn't you say he's about to die?
No, doesn't say that. Does not have to be a Shchiv Mirah. Anybody comes into town and says, "This is my son." Shchiv Mirah anyway is a Durabanan. That's a Takana Durabanan. This is a Din Daraisa. We're talking about a Din Daraisa here of Yakir. He's believed to say, "This is my son. This is my firstborn son." But there is a Gemara in Yavamis. Gemara in Yavamis on Daf Lamites. Lamites on the base. Both said we're bringing the Geula by learning Yavamis. You know that Zohar. Zohar says we learn Maseches Ani. Mashiach is described as Ani, poor, and riding on a donkey. What is Ani? Shachter likes to quote the Tikkunei Zohar. I've never seen it inside. I've never opened up a Tikkunei Zohar. But Shachter quotes that Ani, Erevin Nida Yavamis. Right, but when we start learning those three Masechtas, which sometimes people are scared of, so then Mashiach's going to come. So, Bez Hashem, we have to try to be Otzek. So in Yavamis, it says, on the second medium line, Lamed Tesma base, Ishtamod de Inhu. That's a long Aramaic word. What does that mean? Moda. A man dies. And there's another guy. We don't know who he is. How many Edom do you need to say that this is the brother of the dead man? To be modia, to let us know that this is a brother. This is also an identification Gemara. One says you need Edom. He's the paternal brother. And one says no, even a karov, even an isha. Don't need two Edom. Don't need two Edom. The hilchasa is the key line. The hilchasa, gilui milsa ba'almahu, afilu karov, afilu isha. Halacha is the second opinion. Even if somebody is possible edus. Why? Because it's gilui milsa. What does that mean? What does it mean, gilui milsa? Two very different understandings we show. What you say is the Pshuto Shel Gemara. I bet you probably did not see this yet, because I just put it on the Marmakamos. What's the pashtus? You don't need two witnesses to say who the brother is, because it's just gilui milsa. What does that mean? So if you look in the Rif on this Gemara, the Rif says gilui milsa means here, you're not testifying about an event that happened. Edus is needed for an event. Ruvain killed Shimon. Ruvain ate not kosher. Levi borrowed money from Yehuda. To testify about an event, about something that happened, that's what you need Edom. But if it's just letting you know a status, so that doesn't need Edom. That's kind of like Isurim. You're just identifying a status. That's what's called Gilui Milsa. That's what the Rif says. Here, you're not testifying that Ruvain died, which would be an event. All you're saying is that this is so-and-so's brother. So the Rif says, Dilav, I'm reading on Yud Gimel Amud Aleph. Dilav amilsa di Isur kamasadi. You're not testifying about something of Isur. And it's not mamonis. It's not Isra, it's not mamonis. Ela milsa ba'almahu. It's just something, miglu, that he is revealing. Hadain, this guy, niu gavraplan. This is so-and-so. This is so-and-so. You don't need to aid him for that. You're just stating an identity. Let me ask his hand up. Let me just ask you before that. Let's say Naftali walks into shul and they say, okay, it's Thursday, tomorrow morning, Monday morning. Like Cohen, and he says, I'm a Cohen. We trust him. Trust that he's a Cohen. Katzman, he knows, that doesn't matter. There are some Cohens that are not calling him, right? But we trust him. Why? Right, he's not telling us something about an event that happened. Just testifying about his own stat. Again, it's a big topic about that, but it's a similar idea. That's how the Rifa understands the Gemara. The Rifa understands the Gemara that it's Gilui Milsa, Afilu Karva, Afilu Isha, and therefore we would trust that. We would trust the person to say it here. Naftali.
Isn't the definition of edus that it's a Gali Milsa? Whenever I'm giving edus that someone killed someone, I'm revealing that he killed him.
Correct. No, I'm saying, but that's revealing something about an event that occurred. It's not just saying something about a information about a status. That's all I'm saying it. But let me give you another example. And then we'll get to our case. Here's a Rambam. The Rambam is much discussed by Mefarshim. It's an important Rambam to be aware of. The Rambam in Ilchas Sanhedrin. Tezayin. The Rambam Tezayin Vav. Says the Rambam. Eino tzarich shnei eidim malchus. To give somebody malchus for doing an avera, you don't need two eidim. Ella shas maisa. You need two eidim shas maisa to testify that so-and-so ate not kosher, that so-and-so is machal Shabbos. So-and-so did an event, the maisa, you need two eidim. Aval ha'isser atzmo be'ed echad yuchzak. But in isser itself to be established with one aid. What does that mean? Eitzah, the Rambam says. Amar eid echad chelav kloyos huzeh. One aid says, this is not kosher fat. There's a piece of fat on the table. One aid says, this is not kosher fat. Kilai hakerem ein peretz elu. These fruit are aser bana. Kilai hakerem. Kilayim of the vineyard. Grusha ozona hi isha zu. This woman is divorced. He did not see the divorce. He just says this woman is a divorcee. This meat is not kosher. And then after the aid says this is not kosher, two witnesses see him eat it. We give that guy malchus. Even though at root we only know he did something wrong by putting together one aid with the two aids in that saw, doesn't matter. It was a status, an identity to be established with one aid. That's the Rambam. He was warned. Even though the Iker Isser is only one aid. Still, it doesn't matter. Rambam says that's only if there was no other aid that contradicted him at the time. Okay? There's one aid that says it's not kosher, one aid that says it's kosher, then we throw them out. They contradict. But if there's one aid that says it, then we trust that one aid. So let me ask you, what about our case? Where someone says, this is my Bechor. And the Torah says, there's a Chiddush that we would believe the father. Is that a Chiddush?
Yeah.
Is that just a Gili Milsa? According to the Rabbanan, according to Rabbi Yehuda, who says he's believed even against the Chazaka of another boy being a Bechor, okay, that's a Chiddush. But according to the Rabbanan, let's say, isn't this Gilui Milsa? Isn't this just establishing a status, which the Rambam says in these examples that we gave, for Yavam or for meat? No, it would be established even in one. Yeah, Natana.
But this is different because those cases are cases of Isurin, where you can say Erechanan ben Bisurin. But this is not necessarily a case of Isurin.
There is a davar shebe'erva, grusha, zona, not pure Isurim. So I hear where you're going, but still have to work on it a little bit. But this issue, trying to figure this out, is in the Rishonim and our Sugya. Rishonim and our Sugya. Let's go to the next piece of Gemara. Let's go to the next piece of Gemara on Kuf Chav Beis. Next piece of Gemara. Says the Gemara, we just had the father is believed to say B'nai Bechori, Ik Bishnayim, but Bechor does not, because maybe it's the Bechor of the mother. Ahu Da'asa. Kuf Chav Beis. Everybody with me? Michal Trent, are you with me? I need you with me. Okay, I think that's your Hebrew name, if I remember correctly. Michael, is that true? Am I making it up? Am I totally wrong?
My Hebrew name's Eliezer Shlomo Moshe.
How did I make that up so badly? Wow. Okay, Eliezer Shlomo Moshe. So who's Michael? Just Shlush? Okay. Elio Shlomo. Oh, tell me again, Eliezer.
Eliezer Shlomo Moshe. Shlomo Moshe.
Eliezer Shlomo Moshe. Okay, we had a name for you, I think. Eliezer Shlomo Moshe. Okay, I could work on that. Eliezer Shlomo Moshe. Okay, I will go through all your Hebrew names, but not now. Eliezer Shlomo Moshe. Okay, Eliezer Shlomo Moshe is with us. Here we go. It was a man that came in front of Rabbi Bar Chana. Amarle Muchzakani B'zeshu B'chor. Man came and said, I know so-and-so is the firstborn. I know he's the Bechor. Omer le mina yadata. How do you know? How do you know that guy's the Bechor? Abikari le'avua. His father used to call him Buchra Tzichla. His father used to call him a Bechor Shote, as it's called, a foolish firstborn. His father used to call him foolish firstborn. So you know he's a firstborn. That's all you care about. Dilma. So it says, Rabbi Bar Chana, what do you mean? Maybe he's the firstborn to his mother, right? Not to his father. So that's no proof. That's no proof. That's the story. That's the story. And we'll get to the next one. Let's just do the next one too, because it's going to come up. The man came in front of Rabbi Chanina. I know this guy's a Bechor. How do you know? Whenever he came to visit his father, Amar Lahu, his father said, Zilu lagabe shichas bri. Somebody came to the father. The father said, Go to shichas, my son, the buchrahu, because he's the firstborn. Umasi ruke, his saliva has healing power. Whatever, his saliva has healing power. So go to my son shichas, the firstborn. So again, you see, he's the Bechor. Again, the Gemara says, right? Maybe it's the maternal one. Miri, Bechor da'ava masi roke. Gemara said, no. Only maternal firstborn saliva are good for healing purposes. Something to remember. Right? Maternal firstborn saliva is something to stay away from. Eternal, that's something good. Okay, this is the story. Says the Rashbam. What does the Rashbam say? That it's not the Pshuto Shel Gemara. How does the Rashbam understand this Gemara? What does the Rashbam say? That it's not Pshuto Shel Gemara. Everybody see it? 10th line in the Rashbam, or 12th line in the wide lines. What does the Rashbam say? Muchzak anibo. I know this guy's a Bechor. The Eid Acher Imo. Whoa. The Eid Acher Imo. There's another aid with him. Not just one. There's another aid with him. Why does the Rashbam say that? Why does the Rashbam say that? Again, the Rashbam is saying it only by the case of the Acher, not by the case of the father. What I'm saying, because he wants to aid him here. Why does he want to get two Eidim here? Pashtus, because it's a monetary case. Right? Why else would the Rashbam be saying that? Right? Monetary is mominous. If you look in the Tosfos Rid, separate sefer on Baba Basra. If you can't find it, let me know. I'll take a picture of it. Tosfos Rid, right here on Baba Basra. Tosfos Rid always has, I think I mentioned this before, always has unique ideas. The Tosfos Rid was from Italy. He was sitting there in Italy, like one of the only Bali Tosfos there that we know of. So he's like, he has his own Masorah. Right? The Bali Tosfos generally were in France and Germany. Right? Italy didn't have so many famous ones. Tosfos Rid is sitting there. Rid is Rabbi Yeshaya de Trani. He was in Trani. So it says the Tosfos Rid. Allah b'daiti lomar. It went up in my mind to say, afilu erecha neman. V'lo matzrachina shnei eidim b'davar. Says the Tosfos Rid, I think to say that 1/8 is enough. Why? First of all, that's the pashas of the Gemara. Ahu da'asa doesn't sound like two people came. That would be da'asu, he came. Ahu da'asa means he came. You don't need two eidim. Number one, the pashas of the Gemara. No, that's a textual raya. But then there's a logical raya. What's the logical raya? Look what he quotes. Idamrinan gabe yavam. The ishtamo da'inu. Afilu aydi shivakarov. Mishum degili milsa ba'almahu. Achanami hacha. What's the Gemara in Yavamis? Daf lamites. Gili milsa. I think if it's a gili milsa, you only need one. You only need one. If this is the case, if this is true what the Tosfos Rid says, then what would be our question? If even one would be believed, because it's just Gili Milsa, we would have to ask, what? Somebody, what's the uniqueness of the father? The Torah comes along. And what do you need a pasuk for? According to Rabbi Yehuda, you need the pasuk to say you could even go against the chazaka. Even if there's a chazaka that a different boy is the son. But if the Tosfos Rid is giving shot, even if it's not the father, you have to figure out exactly what would be the chiddush of the Gemara. But he quotes Rashbam, Rabbeinu Shmuel, Zatzal. Rashbam made it to Italy. Rashbam matzrich shnei eidim. Right? The Rashbam needed two eidim. Nearly. Loshna b'char miyavam. There's no difference. That's a great line. Because if a Rishon has to say there's no difference, you know somebody that says there's a difference. So he argues on the Rashbam. He says there's no difference between Bechor and Yavam. Saying somebody is a Yavam and saying somebody's a Bechor is the same thing, says the Tosfos Rid. Same thing. And therefore, just like we know from Yavamis, 1/8 is believed to say this is the guy's brother. So too, 1/8 should be believed to say this is the firstborn. Ikam Lashanat Talmud in Mochia Kidvarav. That's what he says at first. But this is a great Tosfos Rid. Because then he says, you know what? I had a summer where I didn't go to camp, and I sat home and I thought about this sugya. Acharechen, he doesn't really say that. Acharechen, Raisi, Behisponanti. I thought about this some more, and I said, the Rashbam is right. Amazing intellectual honesty. He's the Tosfos Rid. He can say whatever he wants. No. He wrote what he wrote because he didn't think it was like not a good Havamina. He wrote, I think, Gemara sounds like, and there's a svara to say, only 1/8. 1/8 because there's a difference between government and Bechor. And then he says, Ra'isi Visponanti, Sheyafa Piresh Rabbeinu Shmuel. He's right, 2/8. Pirshu Navi Chachmi Magenza. Chacham of Magenza. I think that's a city in Germany. Mashakazapi La'el, Chulu. What about Yavamis? What about Yavamis? Why is Yavamis different? Says Tosas Rid, what Nathanael said, After Isurin Amrinan Hachi. By Isurin, you could say Gili Milsa, one is enough. Aval Bimamona, in a Tresadi. Mamanis, you need two. Mamanis, you need two. What was this Havamina? It's not Mamanis? We got to think about that. What was the Havamina? Is it not Dini Mamanis in the Havamina, or what changed? What changed? You know, isn't it just Gili Milsa? If it's Gili Milsa, what's the difference? So there is, we'll do one more, then I have another meeting at 6, so I can't stay on longer. The Rambam has a different shot of Ekamar and Yavamis. It's an important Rambam on many levels. Look at it. We're not discussing every aspect of this Rambam, but you should be aware of it. The last Rambam in Hilchos Gerushin. The last Rambam in Hilchos Gerushin. There's 6 different Shas Sugyas in that Rambam. Okay, maybe not 6, maybe like 4. The Rambam says, the last Rambam in Hilchos Gerushin says, Al Yiksha Beinecha, it shouldn't be difficult in your eyes. This is the second half of Yavamis. The last 50 blot of Yavamis is about one sugya called Edus Isha. Right? Edus, that a woman's husband died so she could get remarried. All the different details about that. But we definitely rely on lower level Edus for that. We rely on lower, even Asko, even a boy, Mesiach Lefitumo, even evidence, DNA, all different things. The Rambam says, why? Why to allow a woman to get remarried? Do we allow her to get remarried even based on low-level testimony, we'll call it? The Rambam throws in 3 different reasons, all in once. The question, how to understand it all. In there, he has a line. So, the Torah, when do we require 2 Edom? Only by a case where there's no way to find out this information without these 2 Edom. There are only 2 witnesses for the murder. That's why we need 2 witnesses. Because there's no way we can find out about this murder without the 2 witnesses. But if there's a way to get to the reality without this aid, what's called milsa da'avidi ligluye, something that's going to become revealed anyway, or if it becomes revealed, you can't contradict. For example, in the case of Edus Isha, if the dead man walks in, the aide can't say he died. That's called a milsa da'avidi ligluye, something that is possible to get revealed to contradict the witnesses. So then the aidim, we would accept low-level testimony. Because after all, we're not going to lie. They're not going to lie if they know they're going to be able to get undercut. It's davar rachok. They would be made sheker. So the Mefarshim say, if you look at the notes of Kalim on this Rambam, maybe this is how the Rambam understands that Gemara about Ishtamoda. It's not Gilui Milsa. It's only Gilui Milsa, and therefore, low level, like the Rif said. No, the Rambam says it's a Milsa. The Gemara says Gilui Milsa. The Rambam says that means Milsa Davila Gluye. It's something that you could get information from others. The fact that this is this guy's brother, there are other relatives that could walk in and prove and talk about they were at his bris and the mother, and meaning it's not that there's an event that took place and there were Eidim there. They're only Eidim. You have no idea. But this is about the status of a family member. So maybe the Rambam understands that it's a milta davidi legluye. So then it wouldn't be connected to our case of Bechar. That's one way to break up the connection between Yavam and Bechor. We have to still think about the Svara. Is there a difference between the case of Yavamis, the case of the meat that's not kosher, and the case of a firstborn? Is there any reason why we wouldn't trust the case of Bechor, and that's why we need a pasuk? Right, that's our question. Right, Isser versus Mammon, as we said, but is it even a little deeper? This is what we're going to talk more about, and then we're going to get into the nature of this Naamanus. Naamanus of the father. How do you understand this? Right, is it connected to other types of Eidios or not? That's going to be the question that we will deal with.